My company, Web Translations, very much is about the practical implementation of doing that. It's about overcoming language obstacles. So I'm going to show you some interesting facts and statistics, introduce you to my business, show you a case study on where we've helped product-based businesses as well as service-based businesses to increase their international trade, their exporting, and implementing a global web strategy using social media and other methods to promote themselves, communicate online. So this chart illustrates how there are actually over 6,000 languages in the world. So it's quite convenient to know that 82% of the world's online population can be covered by 9 languages. English and 8 other languages, 9 other languages covers a really good proportion of the world. Obviously, there are different variants of Chinese and Spanish, but with a website, when you drill down to the statistics of people who are visiting your Spanish website, you can target different specific markets. You'll find you're getting visits from Latin American countries as well as from Spain and other parts of the globe, which you can use to really target. This chart illustrates how the number of people that are online every day. And it is fascinating to know that the web is just such a great medium for targeting new customers, and it really, really needs to be used. If you promote a website in English only, you are really leaving half your money on the table, because when people search the web, they will do so in their native language. Even if they are looking for services and products that could be supplied from the UK or from other English-speaking markets, they will always search in their native language first. It's just natural. And this chart illustrates how actually there are several languages and countries where internet usage is higher than that in Europe. These statistics are taken from European stats. The US is similar to Europe, actually, at about 55%. This chart illustrates the growth in user confidence online for buying. And it also indicates that people are becoming more accustomed to using the web as a method for buying, whether that's on their mobile device or through their browser. You can see that year on year, there is an increase in the average number of purchases that are happening. So, some other interesting information. 70% of the European community cannot actually read English very efficiently. Okay, they might be able to speak it, they probably have it as a second language. But when it comes to reading it, actually a lot of people struggle. So making your information available to them in their native language is about targeting them, and it's about intelligent marketing. That's a form of market segmentation, effectively. 87% of the web users will search primarily in their native language, and visitors are 4 times more likely to buy from a website in their native language as well. So the real currency of the internet is how people use your website and interact with it. It needs to be translated and localized. Just a tiny bit about Web Translations. We're an award-winning business based out of Leeds in West Yorkshire. And we work with a network of different freelance translators all over the globe who translate into their native language. And we also work with developers as well, because we work with a lot of open source technologies and platforms to integrate with different client technologies. We work in 140 languages, and like I say, we've got a good portfolio of clients here. Primarily, we work in 4 different market sectors. There's finance, retail, travel and tourism, and medical, as well as working with a number of web industries type partners. I'm going to show you very briefly the strategic process that we go through and how we localize a website, creating a global e-marketing strategy and the importance of that, and testing and measuring that strategy, which is really, really key and can be done centrally. So when we go about overcoming this challenge, we actually take a look at the content we have on our website, we have online. Do we need all of the content? Okay, if we have an e-commerce catalog that sells 2,000 products, which are the top 100 most profitable products that we can export, that we can sell, that we can offer? Or if we're a service-based business, okay, which are the simpler services? Which are the lead services that people buy to become familiar with us as a company that we can get them interacting with? Or even some people will even go as far as just saying, look, I want a homepage. I want a homepage and a contact page, and maybe a page that says, we're a UK business looking to make an effort in Brazil. This is essentially what we do. please feel free to communicate with us in your best English. And you'd be amazed at how that puts a business ahead of competitors just because they're now being found in the search engine. And that traffic will spill over onto their English website. Obviously, it's better if you can offer the whole website, but even just a single page in a foreign language will generate a tremendous amount of traffic, and it's proven to be more effective than other forms of internet advertising. So you've got whether it's a page or your whole website, translating it professionally is key, using native linguists, making sure that gets proof-edited as well by a second native linguist that's familiar with the industry and the terminology that's being used. Testing the user experience, so making sure that the use of color, the use of an interaction, any currencies that are displayed on the site are localized, and then marketing it, really promoting it, driving traffic to it, and getting users to go through it. So a marketing strategy, essentially, we divide it into 4 sectors. So multilingual search engine optimization, where we research the keywords we're going to use in the target market. We optimize the content around those keywords and generate a number of inbound links into the site. Then we've got advertising. So we would also want to implement pay-per-click advertising, display ads, promoting a brand or particular product, and paid links that we're going to have online as well. Online PR is really, really key these days. You really need to be able to manage the message of your brand, especially with blogging. In Japan, especially, everybody uses blogging sites to a large extent, whether it's researching or authoring content of their own. It's really, really key to not just author that content, but have it syndicated through different RSS feeds and news aggregators across the web as well. Word of mouth, this is a great phrase my marketing managers come up with for social media. Getting user reviews, getting that interaction, getting people to like who you are and what you do, irrespective of the country that they come from, getting that interaction going and building a community is really, really key. So you've got your website in a foreign language, you've got some e-marketing happening, you're driving traffic to the site. What's really key is to look at what that traffic is doing and measure the extent to which visitors are converting to customers online. And again, whether that is a service-based business or that's not quite displaying particularly well here. Whether it's a service-based business or whether it's a product-based business, getting information about the 4 key metrics, web statistics, number of inquiries that are happening, form submissions, and orders as well. Web translations has helped a number of companies to do this, and quite often people come to us and they say, you know what, we know there's great potential for our business in Germany. How do we exploit that? How do we go about tapping into that market? And we take them on a journey. It's a long-term relationship, and it can start really quite small. But within months, businesses can be opened up to export markets really, really effectively. If you've got a website, if you're taking transactions through that website and you're operating in English only, you really are just for no reason at all, just leaving half your money on the table. There is a world out there to be sold to and that will buy. We have a good, as you've heard from Neil, we have a good reputation internationally, whether it's services or products. We will supply, we're more dependable, and people like to buy from the UK. One of the concerns people come up with is, well, what about when I start getting email inquiries in foreign languages? Do I need to employ people to be able to handle those specific inquiries? Actually, we've got an email translation server which enables the translation of foreign language inquiries. A lot of customer service desks are now driven from a knowledge base where the responses to inquiries are pre-written. When you email O2 about your billing on your phone or whatever it is, the first few responses you're going to get are driven from a knowledge base. And that knowledge base can be translated and offered to your multilingual customers. So that is an asset, and immediately you can be able to service several markets in different languages using this system. We're familiar with working to pretty tight deadlines as well. So the Warehouse Express is actually one of my favorite examples because they have been one of the most profitable. We met them at an exhibition called Internet World. They knew there was potential for their business and needed some help. They the name Warehouse Express doesn't lend itself very well to being translated. It actually says nothing about what they do, which is sell digital cameras to the professional photography industry. Everything from your £5,000 camera lens to your £20,000 camera lens, you can buy it from Warehouse Express. We did some brand research for them, and which actually went some way towards informing and helping register the trademarks, which it becomes really very important once they've got a brand that they're happy with. We came up with the name Wex Cameras, which is a more European-friendly. Originally, it was Wex Cameras with a K, which is a bit more specific for the German market, but they wanted it with the C, so it's more European-friendly. We localized the website, launched it with 2,000 products, translate the email responses, inquiries that they're getting through the site as well. And now they're looking to target other additional European markets. We've picked up a few awards along the way. BT have recognised us with the Broadband Britain Challenge, UK Trade Invest as well. And essentially here are a list of our services. The core service is the translation, and off the back of that we are involved in adapting websites, making sure that they're usable for the different country and cultural users across the world. We do a lot of email translation and really quick turnaround translation. There's foreign online market testing, which is a really good step for testing new and emerging markets, because once you get that information about where the visitors are coming from on the website, off the back of the translations, you can really home in on that and really target it for sales purposes. All right, so in summary then, it's a really rapidly growing industry. A lot of businesses really do need to translate and be multilingual, even though ultimately that business might get conducted in English. If you seem to communicate in your client's language, you are going to get noticed, you're going to be able to market to them more easily, and you're going to be able to establish that relationship in the beginning a lot more easily. All right.